Ladies and gentlemen,
welcome back to the 95 BS podcast.
The 95 as Majesty Lean named our community people. That's what you guys are now, the 95ers. Welcome
95ers.
to another episode of our brilliant, very nerve-touching podcast.
Yeah.
Where we talk about employers, employees, and
the sensitive
all y'all that are in between.
And all those trashy things that your employers have put you through.
Do you know the feedback I got from the last episode was crazy?
No way.
It was wild. I think we should do something like on social media. Let's start, reading emails or the messages that we get, the feedback we get from the podcast.
Let's start replying them, right?
It would be great to share that on social media. We'll start from this episode so that people can get to see what is really,
going on.
Yeah, what people think about it.
All right.
And if you don't think anything good or anything positive about what we're doing at the 95 BS, you're on your own.
We do not send yourself.
We do not send your daddy. We do not send your mom. We didn't send anybody in your house. That's on period.
Yeah.
Anyways, my name is Troy. Hosting this amazing podcast with the
Sean Michael Ike. I'm loved by everybody.
Yeah, the most loved Nigerian son at the moment.
Oh my Jesus.
And our very amazing show today, we have somebody that I really adore and respect. Why is he turning his face like this? So he's like you know this is you're talking about the person, but the person is there, but the person the person is not.
No, that one. Your friend's father will come and be bringing food for you.
You not see the food.
Looking away.
Exactly, Mr. Soul. Welcome.
Oh, trust. Finally, we are here.
Yes, so finally.
Welcome,
Yes.
Mr. Soul.
You're a very hard man to find.
No, don't say that too. I'm very look for me. I'm everywhere, bro. Don't say that too. But maybe because you're not looking for me with the right thing.
I kind of get what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Welcome. How you doing now?
I'm good. Lagos traffic,
Bro.
Nigeria shenanigans. We're here.
When I saw the dollar rates this morning, I'm like, oh my God, are we really here from 140? We are now doing 1,006 and up. God, I beg you.
It's good for me. Us that are earning in dollars.
No, but did you need staff in your company?
Sean,
very good at
He said
whatever I
he's staff
do.
in my company.
I'm a
you know-
passionate worker. Anybody that knows me knows that. Very passionate.
I have
worker.
never imagined you to be a wicked person.
Wicked.
I know maybe stubborn, yes, but wicked. You're earning in dollars, and I'm here.
What do you mean?
You did-
work with artists. What do you think they are earning?
So he actually earns in dollar too, and he's not telling me yet.
He sees them. He sees what
I
they're
like the
doing.
fact that everybody's opening anybody's ass.
Sean.
I say it in Yoruba language. And she diarrhea.
Wow. Sean, try. Well done. You're doing a great job.
Still, we're in this together, Troy.
Which again, before getting to like this conversation, right? We have this baby boy. It's our baby boy. A very dark man with
Very dark man.
burnt orange coloring. It's called A Taste of BS.
Yeah.
We would like you to have a taste of BS and let us know what you think about
Okay,
it.
so let me clarify. I'm not drinking very dark man, right? So I need to be sure what I'm drinking. I'm not drinking very dark man.
This has nothing to do with very dark man.
Okay, so that's clarified. No disrespect to the very dark man, but I mean, I can't be drinking very dark.
He might be a very bad boy or a very
So
bad
let me have
girl.
a taste of the
Yes,
BS,
please.
right?
Have our BS.
All right, this is real BS. Oh, damn it! I'm just trying to see what's in my mind.
The day we will reveal the content of this BS to you people, that day
No,
you will know that it's just haters that we have on this our podcast. Like
So
this.
literally, have you seen that video that Sean Kuti was drinking something and he had that drink and like
No way.
exactly. I hope it's not fake.
No.
It's good. It's very nutritional.
We don't do fake
there's
over
so
here.
many, even NAFDAC said.
Very dark man. Hear them out. Not
Well, very dark man cannot even come for us because we're not producing for the masses, right? This is
drinking it and somebody's life starts.
this is made with
You
love
can enter our kitchen.
from Mama BS,
Yes,
right? With
Mama
love.
BS.
That's what this is made from.
Mama BS, have you gone to NAFDAC Did you list the ingredients?
It's just like you
make
come
this
to my
food?
house now and say, I need a drink, and I give you a drink. Or if I give you food, will you go and start saying, Navdaco, is this? No, now it's made from, it's homemade, made with love.
Struggling to defend themselves. Very dark man. They are struggling to defend
It's
themselves.
not because it's inside black cup and has a black cover, bro. It's literally very nice.
But actually, it tastes very good. Though.
Awesome. You see, I
Exactly.
told you guys.
See, it touches your soul.
Because I have a good taste for good things. And
Amazing,
Yeah.
amazing.
So,
Yeah.
from Mr. So.
Mr. So, oh yeah, now let's talk about your work history. Like, what have you done? I
Hell.
mean, I think the last time I spoke with you, you gave me a hint that you still are a corporate body. I don't know, but let's talk
Corporate.
about
Nah,
if you've ever done that.
I've never been a corporate boy. So growing up, I grew up in Sulere. So you can tell already that we are rascals. Like everybody that knows Sulere, the history of Sulere, we are. I think the creative hub of Lagos back then was Sulere, right? If you want
okay.
to think about the actors, the musicians, everybody that is doing creative, then you think about Sulere, and a whole lot of us was influenced by these people growing
Okay.
up. We will see them, we see dancers, with the musicians, with the actors. You walking through the street, you will see Black Arrow, you will see Domitila, you will see everybody on the road, and you go to the house to open your home video and you see them on TV. Next minute you're in your house. So we were inspired by a whole lot of them, and that was where it started for me. And then I started being popular as a kid, so it not even messed things up for me.
It's what were you popular for?
Means just because I'm a very talented young lad. So a lot of people knows me for a lot of things growing up. I mean, just a smart kid who knows how to get attention of everybody, especially the opposite sex too. But
Everybody was like, fine boy.
So
That's
look
it.
at you.
so I wasn't that fine, but I mean, there was brain here.
Yeah.
I think I started getting fine now when I was growing. I don't know how it works for me, but
Puberty.
so
It hits you harder than a bitch.
So I was just that smart kid, and everybody liked me because in my creative mind, everybody liked me. Then I moved into school. I became a very hot kid in school also too. It became so much of a BS for me in school, having to deal with cut here, cut that, girls here, boys that, every other thing. So it has always been like, maybe this is your thing, eat money off being famous and all that. So back in school, so many schools that were very organized, or maybe it started after our years of schooling, because I'm talking about 2004, 2005, thereabouts, a long time ago.
Yeah.
So we didn't have a campus radio, but we created it kind of like a program, like a radio,
Yeah.
where we just sit in a corner, speaker outside the social house, social hub, where every student come to have fun, where the social director stays. So we're doing radio.
What university was this?
It wasn't a university, it was a polytechnic. That's
Okay.
Federal Polytechnic Advocacy.
Okay.
So we're doing radio shows then. And coming from Lagos, where we had Cool FM, Dari Atalade. I mean, back then, Dotun was still a radio studio boy. I mean, because he was not on radio back then.
Yeah.
But there was Dari Atalade. Dan Foster, of my late memory of
Yeah,
Dan
Western
Foster.
Arab.
So those are the guys who were listening to coming up from Lagos. So I mean, I went there, replicating all those guys on radio back then in my school, and the fame just went off the roof. So I was all entered into my head. So I never knew anything that would have pushed me into being a corporate guy after school, go and get a job. Although, I mean, I'm from a family of people who are well educated and they are working in either government or working with big companies. But I stood out, a stubborn guy. This is what I want to do, which never really settled down well with my people. But hey,
What was that? What did you want to do?
so I wanted to be that guy that works in the space of. So then it wasn't like I was going to be an entertainment manager or entertainment person, but I just knew that there was money in fame. So I wanted to be that guy who just eats money off being famous,
Yeah.
being known by everybody, being loved by everybody. Then I started.
And did you actually eat money?
Yeah, so I was getting free lunch. I was getting free. I was getting free lunch. I was getting free treatment. I was getting privileges of being around people.
Yeah.
You know, when people say, "Oh, you meet that guy at Congo, who's time and all that and all the other things."
yeah.
So it was not like I was being paid, but I was being pampered to be around some certain kind of people. So those certain kind of people wanted to be my guy because they know that, oh, if I do that guy, I gotta try this babe, I gotta try that babe, I gotta try this thing, I gotta try that thing. But which was a lot of distraction also too, because then I was not structuring how to make money off it, but I was enjoying what I was enjoying. So there was a particular set of guys who literally just rented a house and they give me a room to stay in and be living with them so that we can go out and have fun and people.
That's wild, though.
So I was just
That's some high school musical.
Okay, so it was like a free life. I was just enjoying the benefit of being popular, being liked by many people. Yeah. And one day I woke up and I told myself that it's really a profession, because trust me, I don't have a salary I'm earning. I just live by gifts. People come and, oh God, I'm gonna go enjoy life, pay my bills, or maybe somebody bring some change and say, I'm my guy and all that. So and I remember that when I was growing up, I used to sing a lot. I was a church rat also too, growing up. So and I was in the choir, one of the best voice of the church as a kid though. So I just said, okay, you know what? Let's try this music out. And I entered the studio the first time in Akure to make my first set of music, and it was good. Like it was good. But I mean, it was having a touch of localness, because I mean, this is Akure I'm talking about. Yeah, this is not Lagos. This is not Lagos. I mean, so but it was good music, and I started pushing it on radio back then in Akure, in Ado-Ekiti, which literally made me even more popular. Like, okay, now somebody can say, okay, I be the guy that they sing now. I mean, he's an artist now, not just a popular guy that is loved by everybody. And after a while, I mean, then I heard that music is popping in Lagos already, and there are some guys who are making money doing music. Because I grew up around music people too, but they were not making money. People were suffering back then. But when I came to Lagos for holiday, at the point I heard music is doing well for people now. So I thought, okay, you know what, I'll come back to Lagos and make music with people. So I told myself, I'm going to get the best guy to produce my song for me in Lagos. And who was the best guy then? It was Yahuze's producer, that's Puffy T. Then I came to Lagos to look for Puffy T to produce my song for me, and everything changed from that point.
So did you become an artist, or like?
Okay, so the story continues. So when I came to Lagos to meet Puffy T, I scrambled around for the number and I got it. I called him. Yo, I mean, I'd like to work with you. I'm an artist from Akure. Even though I was Lagos boy, but I'd lived a long time in Akure, so I just felt like I should just let him know from Akure. And he said, oh yeah, I'd like to work with you too. Where are you? Like, I'm coming to Lagos and I would like to meet you in person. And so we had an appointment to meet up. And I came to Ikeja to meet Puffy T that day. And he stood me for 6 hours.
Whoa. I'm screaming.
Yes. So Puffy T stood me for 6 hours. I was calling. After I've called him, I'm coming. He said, I'm coming. When you get to Ikeja, stay at Allen. I'll somebody come and pick you up and you come to my studio. Then I got there. I got to Allen Avenue. I'm talking about Allen Avenue, Ikeja. And I was there for 6 hours. I couldn't reach Puffy T. And it was like a moment for me to say, okay, this music is not easy. It's not going to happen, boy. Go back home and go and do something else or something. Yeah. But something just said, sit down there, wait, he might pick, be patient. And I've always been that guy who is always calming. Anything, anybody that knows me, they always worry for me, like, this thing will happen. Somebody else will don't freak out. You just sit down like, see, nothing is up. Like, that's how I am. So when I was sitting down there waiting, a popular TV presenter walked into the, maybe I'm allowed to do an advert for anybody, but it was Mr. Biggs. I was in Allen. So he walked in to come and buy food with some girls. And as soon as he walked in, I saw the way girls were running around him. And it looked like this Hollywood Boulevard thing where the superstars come to the town and everybody girls were all around him. So I'm like, well, this guy needs to be a very important guy, because this is how I feel when I'm coming from. And I move out, see girls are around him, laughing, hey, TP2, because my name then was TP2. So I mean, this guy was having that same feeling, like this guy must be a special guy. So I paid attention to him. I was looking at him where I sat down. So he sat, they were ordering for their food, doing their thing. Then I just summoned courage and I went to him. Yo, my name is Akinyele, and I feel like you're a very popular person, because the way you walked in and all the razzmatazz that came in with you, and you laughed to look at the girls. I did the razzmatazz. They're my friends and my colleague at work. Like, oh, really? I wouldn't have thought if I didn't ask. Yeah. Anyway, so my name is Akinyele. What do you do? And he asked me first, what do I do? I said, I'm a musician. I make music. And he said, I'm sure you don't know me. I'm in OAP. I work for Galaxy TV. My name is Benny. Oh, Benny. Nice to meet you, Chief. So what are you doing here? I told him everything that happened, and he was like, well, I would advise you that you're trying to start your music on the wrong.
Yeah.
You're looking for a made producer to produce an upcoming person like you. Do you have a big record? Have you made any song that's popular? Have you made a song that's even up to the quarter of what Yawuzi has achieved? I said, no. He said, why do you choose him? I said, because I want him to give me a hit song. He laughed and he said, I advise you, as somebody who has been in the business, who's older, I have some young guys, they make the soundtrack of my show. They are very good. They're young like you too. I mean, you guys can connect and build together. Take their number.
That's one thing about, because coming from an artist, that's one thing that most of these people don't tell you. When the producers come to meet you, they'll be like, you need to make a hit song. Producers, like especially the big ones, they'll be like, we need to make hit songs. Like we need to sit down and cook hit songs. Not knowing that you're supposed to do everything you can to make your sound unique. You're supposed to spend time being your personal sound. So this is the greatest advice you can get from anyone, even someone that's outside of the music industry. This is great.
So he said, he gave me that advice and it stuck in my head. Like, truly, if I'm working with these young guys, I would not have any starstruck behavior or startup situation where if I need to correct something,
you sing off key,
and
you're
looking like, who the fuck is you? Or you do something off and you cannot, or the producer is even not giving enough energy that you want, that you cannot complain because this guy's bigger than you and all of that. So I felt like this was a good advice, and I said, give me the number. Where are these guys located at? He said they're located at Egbeda. If you can reach there, look for them, work with them, tell them from Benny, they will give you good reception. I'm like, okay, thank you, boss. It's been nice meeting you guys. Hey, take my number, call me. I like you. You're confident. I mean, for you to come up and meet me. I mean, not many people want to come and meet me because I'm a star in this zone. Because actually, Galaxy TV is around Allen, so. And they see them on TV, they see them walk out of their office and go home. So they're big actually. So I said, thank you, boss. I took his number and I went, and that was how my music career started. And we made music. Me and those guys made music. Shout out to Sound My Studio, Egbeda. I made that green there. I made a lot of young artists back then too. So we made music back then, but something happened while I was doing my music. I mean, then the family kicked in. You cannot do this thing. Yeah. You cannot do this thing. You cannot. Your father will be a manager in so company. You will be a musician. Working around Lagos, smoking in with all these rascals. You can't do this thing. Which was a 4-5 years of back and forth until my kid brother, who is very influential in a lot of my decisions back then, told me, if they don't want you to do music, then do management, do entertainment and administration. And you are smart, you know this thing, you know your moves, you know people. Because when I met Benny introduced me to a lot of people in the business, because I was just working with Benny side by side as like a mentor in the business. So he showed me a lot of ropes on how to do things, how to enter into the media, how to be this guy, how to be confident. My first sitting in front of the camera, I was stammering breath. It's not even a live show, it's like a recorded show, and I was stammering, like I was scared. Everybody's watching me because I know Galaxy TV is watched by almost everybody in Lagos, even outside Lagos. Because the first time a Ghanaian person entered my DM for advice in entertainment was from Ghana. And that was on Galaxy TV. I was going there to speak on music, entertainment, and all that. So I was scared that hey, the whole world is watching me. What would I say? And Benny coached me, made me feel comfortable. Benny gave me that courage as a young creative, which really helped me to become that manager that I became. So how did I become a manager? So my kid brother was in Covenant University back then, so he had a lot of friends in school making music. Mono, there are a lot of young producers, young musicians then back then. So they all work with SolChild, the like studio rats, SolChild Studio. And
that one that is all over internet now, doing what I don't know.
So definitely, that's my first client, by the way. Don't say that. Shit. We don't put them under. We never don't be the guys that put our history under the bus. But no, he's not doing the best that he could do right now. But yeah, that's sound. But
I mean, SolChild is a music genius.
Yeah, he's a genius back then when I'm and he's still a genius till now. I don't know why his head is in the space where he is right now. But shout out to SolChild, by the way. So yeah, my kid brother told me he knows one guy called SolChild. He's a producer. He's good. He's nice. He just made a song for one of their biggest stars in the campus. Simi. That what do I want to work with him? I can be a manager, you know. So that would still put me around music, and I would not be doing music and be on the screen, and that would put my family off or put anybody in any place. So I said, no problem. let's try it out. Then we went together to meet Sam Clef, and that's when my management career
Career
started.
started.
That's 2008 or 7, I can't remember, but it's about that time that my first management career started. And since then till now, I've gone from artist manager to PR strategist to brand developer to pop culture analyst to everything that
Deals around music,
music
the business of
entertainment
it.
and all of that.
So, who was your next? How many people have you managed after Sam Clef? Who was next after Sam Clef?
So after Sam Clef, I went back to school because I dropped out when all this whole fame mentality in my head.
Yeah.
So I had to go back to school.
And how did you face your parents? I mean, these are the people that are saying school
So that's
first.
one of the reasons why I could not do the music. So at that point, I was a dropout.
Drop out. Oh,
So I now
like,
want to do music. So everybody's thinking. So that's the reason why you left school.
School, yeah, to go and do
So you
music.
can't do this music. That's the reason why
Not
you
on, not on my watch.
Completely relate.
So for the fact that you even dropped out is the problem. If you had finished now, like, this certificate, I want to go and do music, it would have been easier to convince them. But you left school.
That they sent you.
Not actually because I wanted to drop out, because I was dealing with a lot of court
issues,
and all
yeah,
that shit. I almost got killed.
Whoa.
That's my court
Mad,
attack.
oh. They wanted to blend you,
They
bro.
wanted to get me involved in the courts by all means that exist. But I was asking myself questions like, what do I need a court for? I'm even bigger than most of your guys in the campus. If I enter anywhere and your boys enter anywhere, they will
recognize you first
before you guys. So why do you want me to join you when I'm already a body of a movement and all
that
that?
was why they wanted you there.
So maybe that's what they want, my influence in their whatever it is that they are doing back then. So that was the reason why I left school, because I was attacked. I think they targeted me to eliminating, like somebody said.
Oh my
God! I had to run for my life, and that's why I left school. So when I met Sam Clef, we started working. I went back to school. Then I had the opportunity to work with Davido back then, but I rejected the opportunity because I had my reasons, and the only reason is because the father was against him doing music back then,
too.
and I knew this story back in time because
you were PTSD. You're also somebody that your daddy is flogging.
You get, me when they come from my own way, I never survived and finished. They're not calling me somebody else that the father is stopping from making same music. So I told those kids that came to meet me about the video, like, bro, I would love to work with this boy. I like his energy. I've seen him in town in clubs because I'm a Lagos boy. So I've seen this guy roll in town. I think like he has something to offer, but there's a lot of rumor around him also that the family is against him doing music. I can't come from one problem. I enter another
by
problem.
yourself.
So let me just, if it gets to 400 level or 300 level, because we're all in Babcock University back then, we can work there. At least we don't close to graduation. We can work. And somebody said David sent them back. Somebody among those guys that went there to tell him said David said, "Fuck me," right? What?
I'm not even surprised.
He said, "Fuck me, I'm not his father."
It's very. If they said he did it, he did it.
What you could have said, because those kids had no reason to lie, though.
Yeah.
And 4 or 5 days after that back and forth, he released that Miduro, and that was the end. That was it.
Bro. Wait, in retrospect, do you regret not?
So that's the question everybody
asks me when they hear this gist. Was big.
Yeah. So that was the gist everybody asked me when they hear this gist, like, dude.
Bro, that's wild.
You had a chance to work with this kid because some young guys who believe in what you can do went to send it to him, and he was like, bring the guy, let's hear him out if he can work, and you said no, and now he dropped one of the biggest song in the culture. But I think I did not regret it, because the way my head was then, I was protecting myself, not so passionate about being in that famous space, because I know what I've made so far, being a famous guy and all that. And even when I was in Bangkok, I was a low-key-est person, but those guys had to just crack me up and say, "We know you've seen you. Saw you behind them whiskey at this show, at this thing. We saw you with Sam Clef, saw you with this guy, Scales, we saw you with this guy." So they opened my ass in the school, trying to low-key live, because I know what I've dealt with being a popular guy from wherever I was coming from. So I actually regretted it for a minute, and I just snap out of it, like, dude, I made the right decision. Maybe it was not meant for me. And so after then, I came back to the industry after school, not known to anybody. Then I started doing what every person who is passionate and who knows that is DIY. Nobody will help you, bro.
Yeah, do it yourself.
Start emailing record labels, emailing artists, they're booking email. I was blasting everybody. I'm SolChild, I need to work with you, I'm this, my history, business, I've done this, I'm this skilled, I'm experienced this. And I think the only person that actually replied me with a very nice email then was Copy. Did you Copy, right?
Yeah.
Because she was like, oh, I love to work with you, but I have a full team right now. Maybe when I don't have, when I'm lacking of anybody, I'll call you, my bro. Then I think I then after like a year or two, when Copy replied me with that, I started a campaign for myself, pop culture analysis.
Okay.
So I was one of the few guys who was criticizing music just for the attention.
Okay.
I did a lot of that. And I remember the Akinyele loves them. They repost my articles, MIs, them vectors, them every young guys. I was one of the top popping guys on the scene when it comes to pop culture analysis. Then it got me from being a social media critic to a TV critic. Then I started getting on radio. Yeah. I started getting on podcasts. I was trying to start my own first podcast. So artists that I've managed after Sam Clef, I would not say, because I was consulting more for artists back then, because then I started feeling like I need to see more substance in an artist before I can work with the artist, because I don't want just to work with anybody, because a lot of times when you see a lot of these artists, they don't even know what they are up and running with. They just think, oh, it's big, that guy is big, I can be big. So when I measure your mental space and I don't feel comfortable with whatever it is that you are trying to put on the table, because this is me pausing my life, running with your own dreams, and I don't want to run with somebody who doesn't know where they are going. So that's me still.
I mean, I can 100% feel it.
Had a lot of
what has in all your years of being a talent manager now, right? What has been have you experienced your fair share of bullshit? Right, like can you share us, like tap some experiences that you've had that you can already say, you see, this thing was BS
as a manager or as an artist?
No, as a manager now.
So as a manager, I think a lot of disrespect for the office of a manager, because I say it's not something that sometimes is meant by the people who disrespect, but it's just because how some managers present themselves in the business also too, because a lot of times I see many of these managers as PAs, not managers, because they're not developing the brand, they just run errands for the brand. So when you are not developing a brand, maybe the record label or the artist himself are the one doing the most work, or just running errands for them. Okay. You don't think you have any value. They don't see you as any prospect in anything you claim that you are doing, because they know that if they don't give you something to run with, you can't run. You're just there waiting for order to go. So that disrespect had been thrown at me, but a lot of time maybe by people who don't know who I am, because I mean, definitely I've built brands, I've worked with brands, consulted for brands, and I've actually really been known for criticizing brands, which has worked for the brands I criticize. So the first disrespect was Ladipo, when I was working with Ladipo back then. So this guy who saw one of my emails that I was emailing people about, reached out to me and said, oh, he wants to see me and talk to me. He said about me and all that. And he said, let's work. So he said he had artists around his management company. I can't remember what he said he was doing back then, but he had a lot of artist friends then that he was working with. And he said I should choose one of the artists that I want to work with. I don't think he said I should choose. I chose one of the artists when he showed me his artist list that I like this guy. I think this guy has potential for me to work with. But he told me that this guy might not be able to work with me right now because I don't have a name, but let's try with Paul. And I started working with Paul closely to build a respect for him to give me that other guy. And I met Paul. That was the tap season for Paul, and we were working together. Then my employer called me one day and said, don't walk through me to Paul henceforth. You should not talk to Paul. Any actions you want to make with Paul, it has to go through me to Paul.
I don't understand. When you're his manager,
and I was wondering, but you employed me to manage this guy. Am I managing you or Paul?
You might as well do the job.
So if you know what to do for Paul, why did you call me to come into the picture?
That's bullshit.
So I told him, I said, I don't understand what you're asking for, because from my knowledge, I think I should work with Paul, and me and Paul will report to you our activities and whatever we were doing. Yeah. But now you're telling me to walk through you to Paul. That's like you are trying to be. You strangle my work, because I need to make the money and call Paul and say, you are thinking about this idea. What's good? Let's go move it. Let's make this move. Let's make that move. Yeah. But you're not making me go through to you and call you and say, you, what's good? I need to take Paul outside and do stuff.
So you know how to micromanage and vet the process of your management and the work you're doing.
So I think somebody told me then, he said maybe he's not comfortable with the kind of maybe the person said maybe if he feel threatened by whatever I have or my skill, that it's the reason why he doesn't want me to work directly with Paul. And I asked him back then, I said, if this is what you want, that means I'm your employer, so I'm not working with Paul, I'm working with you. Pay me salary, because normally I'm supposed to get the percentage of Paul head. And I know I'm building Paul, and I believe in this Paul brand because I've sat with this guy and I've shared a lot of ideas together, and I know this guy is good. He knows what he's doing. His head is there. It would have been a perfect comeback for me in the business. But now you're asking me to walk through you to Paul. You're going to distort our work process. So you know what? Pay me salary. Let me be walking through you to Paul. Let me just survive at least. Let me survive. He asked me how much am I worth? I said 500 monthly retainer. And he said, I can pay 500,000. That even the people that you pay salary in this real company where he's making real money, he's not paying a 500K. I said, then you don't need me to work. And I walked out. My second bullshit might just be an artist that well, I'm just giving. I think I always like things to live in the past, because I made a lot of enemies back then criticizing. I don't want to still make more enemy now that I'm trying to come back in the business and I'm rebranding. So let me just leave that name out. But there's a lot of bullshit in the business. I can tell you, not if you get more artist managers to come speak about it, they will tell you what they suffer. I mean, you heard about the Kiss Daniels manager who was slapped backstage and all that. Artist managers go through that. I've seen issues where artist managers are cut off from deals. I mean, artists are supposed to travel to perform in another country, and the artist will go with maybe a friend or a girlfriend or maybe a family member, and
not his manager.
Manager will be back home clapping. But so a lot of this bullshit
it's
happens
wild,
in the business. A lot of those bullshit happens, and sometimes some managers work almost for free. The only thing they benefit is just the fact that they are backstage, they travel with the artists, or maybe they drink at the CN club. I mean, I feel like a lot of times this bullshit exists in the business. But me, I've always been very careful who I work with, who I do put myself, what circle of people I roll into. So I mean, I don't get that much of this bullshit, because I avoid people who bring those bullshit to me. So I don't get.
I think I can genuinely relate with what he's saying about like the BS. Like you get me as a talent manager as well. I think why I'm kind of cut off from like a lot of this BS is, first of all, my size. Jesus, when you look at me first, you'll be like, okay, this guy's the manager or the bouncer. Who am I dealing with? Please, if you should tell me. Right, that's the first thing that comes to your mind. And then again, like just also like the way you have also like packaged yourself. It's also like in the packaging, you don't come across as an errand boy, because me, if I work on TV, I'm a producer in my own right. You know, I have like a lot going for me outside this, right? On a normal day, that's why even sometimes when like if I'm even negotiating or deals, I'm trying to call maybe an artist for feature or even just random conversations, right? And the person is making shakara for me. I'm like, I'm not exactly sending you, because on a normal day you'll be calling me, hi, I want to come and do an interview on your TV station, and I'll tell you yes or no, move on, right? So in my own right, I am somebody that you should also respect. So the fact that I'm even calling you for something doesn't mean that you should. I remember one time I was trying to work on a TikTok campaign for the artist that I'm managing currently, and then a friend of mine has passed this guy's contact to me. He works at TikTok, and I had created this brief. And a month later, the brief was now ready, and I call him up on the phone and I say, hey, we have this brief ready. I think I called the first time. He picked up, and it felt like he was in a noisy place. And then he takes up the phone again. After calling again, I beg your pardon. I called him again. It didn't go through. So I said, okay, maybe this guy is somewhere. I called again. He just rang and went off. So I didn't call again. The following day, I sent a message on WhatsApp. Hi, good morning. He did not respond. And I was like, let me just call him again. So then I called the phone again. He rang the same thing. Boom. It didn't connect. And then I called on WhatsApp. I immediately picked on WhatsApp. He went off. It was like, bro, I've told you, stop calling me. You're disturbing me. I'm on a trip and you're disturbing me. I'm like, bro, chill, calm down. I'm only calling to let you know that I have sent the mail that I spoke to you about. I'm just trying to inform you that I've told you what to do. Send the mail. I'm going forward to the guests. I'm like, bro, don't stop shouting. I'm not a kid. Why are you? What is TikTok you're working at? Somebody else can have that job tomorrow. And I'm, to be very honest, I really hope to see that guy someday, because I will clear him. That was very uncalled for.
Okay, that was
total BS, and those are the kind of things that talent managers get.
That would be 2011. I always clear everybody. I don't let anything slide. But like I said, I made a lot of enemies in the business trying to be that guy that doesn't take nonsense. So I'm now very diplomatic now. I know when you're a bullshit person.
Yeah.
And what I would just do is avoid working with your brand, or
Yeah.
working with anything that is going to take me to deal with that your bullshit. Because
Yeah.
the other people can take it from you because probably don't have, like you said, when you just come off like somebody who's surviving being a manager,
Yeah.
they value you like an errand person, like a PA. But if you have your thing going and you're managing an artist, so they're actually going to respect you for that thing that is working for you.
Yeah.
And so when you now come as an artist manager and you deliver also, then they will measure respect. So shout out to Asa. When he first got his job as David's manager and he did it for a while, I mean, it was easy for him to be sacked because it was just a talent manager then. No matter who he is, the cousin, the nephew to be a seeker, but it was just a normal talent manager. But when he came back at the job, he has already built his own brand, built his own thing going. Yeah. So now I don't think if Asa Davido has an issue right now, it'll be easy for Davido to just throw him out because he knows what Asa is bringing to the table. He has his own thing, the plug, he has a lot of things going on. So this is a message to a lot of talent managers out there.
Have something
Don't
going
just
on
stop
for
being
yourself.
a manager. I mean, even though your cousin call you, say, come manage my career, mistakenly, go learn on the job, know what you have to do, and have also other things you're doing also that you can present for respect, because typical talent managers are seen as PAs. It's the truth, is how it's seen in the business, even in the abroad self. Unless you make a statement that is bigger than that office of a talent manager that you are, I mean, taking on, else they just see you as a beneficiary of the artist's fame. But trust me, some talent managers are not just beneficiary of artists, they build the artists. They build the artists. So when they have done all that work, then you now put them on that in a box of being a PA person. I mean, that's where I will not take. So any brand I'm building, I'm always very careful when I'm building, because I mean, I like to be. I like to sound very superior in the work.
Yeah.
Know that I have experience. I'm coming with experience. I've been here. I'm not just. I didn't start management when the Gen Z generation was talking about management.
OG before IG.
I have been doing management before. We were doing management back then when we blow bike. Sam Clef, with the Whiskey, the Ice Prince, the all of us were like a circle back then. The young up and coming managers. The Osakis then were like a set of people who were managing music then. So if today we cannot be superior in the business, then what have we achieved?
I feel
even though we don't have all the money, but at least we have the experience to offer. And one thing about it is, people like us like this now, we may not have the money, but we are working millionaires, because the opportunity that we'll get to deliver.
Speaking of millionaires, before we wrap up, because like we're genuinely out of time. Like, how do you make money as a talent manager? I mean, I know, but I feel like with your experience, there could be like multiple sources of income as a talent manager, making money from your talent management work.
So as a talent manager, I also develop other talent I don't manage. Okay. So you call me for strategies, for ideas. So you consult me, you pay me. Okay. I mean, I tell you what I want for the trainership, or I want for the project, the delivery timeline, or all that. And as a talent manager that works as an artist, not that I have one presently I'm working with, I've been running consulting the last 4 or 5 years. Whoa. If I have one, I think it will be more of like a monthly logistic coverage and percentage of what we agreed to share.
I think that's something that's really smart, because presently, that is very smart. I should probably include that in the contracts that I'm negotiating now, because what is I mean, they would always tell you, I mean, in music business school, they'll tell you it's what you negotiate is what you can get, right? But a lot of managers would do a 20% off, maybe gross or net income from the artist. But this logistics thing now makes a lot of sense, because I mean, you're on the road, you're the one jumping buses. Your artists will never jump a bus. A lot of the times they would not, no matter how upcoming they are,
they will jumping a bus.
Exactly, right? They will never jump. So you're the one jumping the buses, you're the one making the phone calls, you're the one doing all these things. And to be very honest, it can get exhausting. So you need to get compensated at some point for that time and effort, those jumping of buses and the old ass matters of Lagos traffic that you're getting to get. So I think that's a smart approach.
Artists enjoy goodwill.
Yeah.
So not every time the money they make is from the shows, the royalty from music release and all that. Some of them get gifts.
Yeah.
But managers don't get seen, because most of us are behind the scene. Yeah. And I've been very, 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 very selfless in being a manager. I have 100%, and I have 1001 talent that we exhibit to become popular too, but I just want to be behind the scene and build talent. I can sing. I'm a content creator from beginning of my life. I can be anything in the business and be chasing the fame like you. I'm a fine man. bro. But I just keep myself behind the scene to develop.
Getting other Lagos girls might I add.
If I get so popular, I can't work with the talent because if I see the kind of money that you are seeing being popular, doing my thing, I will have time to manage you, bro.
Exactly, no.
So that's the reason why I've actually really be selfless in pushing anything that has to do with me out there and work. So if I not do that, like you said now, and I'm slaving for you, then one morning you wake up and say, oh, you're changing your mind, you want to go back to corporate life, or you want to start a business, or you want to
you need that for anybody.
So all that years of sacrifice, all my resources, all my relationship, all everything is going down the drain. I'll start all over again. Well, for talent managers around the world, we always start afresh every damn time we get a new job.
Have you had your fair share of heartbreak from your talent? Because that's a story that.
Wait, what does that mean? Heartbreak?
Yeah, I think you might be able to explain better.
Please explain.
So heartbreak in the sense that probably you work hard on a brand and somebody else is benefiting it. Yeah, there's a whole lot of that in the business.
Yeah, that is wake up one and say,
so I had my first share of that with Sam Clef, by the way.
Yeah.
So after all work and all that madness and everything, and Sam Clef, they don't mention your name unless they mention you, message you one-on-one and your DM and say, hey, Jay, thanks for what you do for me. Fucking put it out there, nigga. Put it out there, nigga, because I'm not going to go and be talking about what I do for you.
Yeah,
because
you should be the one.
You. But if you know I really did that shit for you, give me unless I don't do
I hear people like Foza and Godwin Tom a lot talk about like the artists that they have worked with and they heartbreak. I remember Foza saying that she has slaved enter boss for this artist, and the artist will just show her shaggy. One day says not doing anymore. Like, we get stories like that. Or artists can just feel like you're not giving your all, or they feel like and because a lot of emerging artists are usually susceptible to people talking to them, right? Like when me and you are working out, for example, as an artist, like every other person that's seeing what we're doing feel like they know what is best for you. So there are a lot of ears, there are a lot of talks in your ear, be like, come, let me work with you. I know you go like, what is this your manager even doing? What's it? Those talks over time, they get into your head. And a lot of artists will now flow with that direction and just leave somebody who started with them, who had slaves. So that's what is like heartbreaking.
And there's this new wave of legal boys trying to hijack our industry, we managers. And this is not trying to put myself in any fight with any lawyer doing entertainment today or something. A lot of these legal boys have used their legal office to harass a lot of our talents from us. So I'll give an example of a deal that an artist that I was working with for many years was going to sign one of the biggest deals of his life, and he was speaking to a legal person, not taking our own advice, who are the creatives, who knows, who have built the brand for you. Then they made this naive person sign the most ridiculous deal that ruined everything we've worked for many years. Because a lawyer feels like
they will tell you always get a lawyer, but get a lawyer that has sense.
Get a lawyer is not even the problem. What are you getting a lawyer for? Because first of all, what you need as a talent is a brand developer. Then when the brand is developed and it's shaped for management, then you get a manager. Then from a manager, when you start having deals, you need to secure yourself, you get a lawyer. The problem is they work with a lot of funny people. That's why they need lawyers immediately. But because if there's no funny behavior, what are you protecting? If somebody's building you, is he building you to destroy you? No, he's building you for you to grow. Yes. So there's nothing to protect them. So when the gigs start coming, when the old coming out start coming, then you don't need the protection. That's when you get a lawyer. But with this now, they will tell you get a lawyer first. Yeah. To do what?
I think somehow I subscribe to get a lawyer first, right? Because I'm looking at it from this perspective, right? Yeah. If you want to get a manager, you need to sign a contract. Who's going to proofread the contract with you, especially when you have little or no legal background? So that is why, like, for the very first step, you need a lawyer in your corner, because once a manager presents the contract or you present the contract, somebody needs to help you proofread and look through the contract. So they will not tell you that your sunset clause is 20% for the next 10 years and you're going to sign it by yourself, right? Because a lot of people don't know. So I think in that, like, when you look at it from that perspective, it makes a lot of sense that you have like legal guidance, but also getting legal guidance that knows what they are doing. Because it's not everybody that professes to be
I believe that every contract that the lawyer is going to go through and see for the artist is going to they're going to know what exactly the contract is going to be talking about.
It will shock you.
So the manager, if he knows, right, isn't he going to be the best option to turn to first, rather than going to someone that is looking at a very slight hiccup that might not be a serious problem?
Have you heard of the word in perpetuity before?
So I think that's the problem. Like I said, there are a lot of shady people in the business.
Exactly.
Right? So the problem is we deal with too many shady people more than the real people who believe, who want to build your brand. And also these talents also too, they are shady bunch of assholes too. They're looking for who to take advantage of. Because trust me, if you're not trying to be funny, somebody that has built with you and suddenly you realize that you are now big, you can operate by yourself, you get a lawyer, you cut him off. And all that. So I think it's the first thing we should be preaching is
straightforwardness.
Straightforward in this business. If you know you believe in a talent, build with talent. Then if the talents also know that you've worked so hard for them also too, they should give you the respect, give you the benefit that you deserve. Because I cannot build a talent to a point of level, then they want to go and sign a big deal like a record deal and all that, and somebody will come up and say I'm not good enough for that deal.
Now you're advanced. They don't want you to get that you're advanced. That is coming. Well, this has been really interesting, Mr. So thank you very much for coming on the show.
My man, it's a pleasure. It's a pleasure.
Thank you very much. This has been great talk. So yes, follow on all social media platforms. Subscribe to our YouTube channel so you can get the tea as the tea drops.
9 to 5 podcasts. Go and listen to our bullshit we're talking about.
Yeah. See you in the next episode. My voice seems like it's back, but a little bit with more punch, you know, that kind of Dan Foster register, great voice, you know. Who I compare it to again on the radio? Rick D's on the midday always says, yeah, I know. You probably don't know who those people are, but
Yeah, you're not Gen Z.